Take a gander at the face of evil! Welcome to Deep Thoughts While Gaming. I'm Chris Chappell. We're all heroes of our own story, but a close examination of the motives and actions of the titular Goose from House House's Untitled Goose Game makes it abundantly clear you're playing as the villain, the demonic force of nature, unleashed upon the human civilization with one purpose: to cause mayhem and havoc. Inspired by games like Hitman's use of timing and stealth, Untitled Goose Game calls upon you to make full use of the powers of a goose, honking, flapping, biting, to cross off a list of actions that will teach the denizens of this town a lesson burned into their bones, that their little world of order is but a tender bubble waiting to be popped. So yes, make your signs, your shrines and altars, trying to ward off evil. They are all but dust and ash. Man truly is helpless in the face of nature. Even the name of the game defies order. There is no rhyme or reason as to why the goose has chosen to wreak his wrath on the people of this small town. Perhaps some old forgotten sin, some skeleton in the closet, whatever it may be. The sins of the father have been visited upon this innocent boy to whom you have robbed of his airplane, forcing him to buy back what was rightfully his. Or was it? Maybe the goose was trying to teach him a lesson about the cynical, self-devouring cycle of capitalism, much like the Ouroboros, the snake devouring its own tail. No. Once again, I try to force logic and reason onto the actions of the goose. The goose is Leviathan, an agent of chaos, a force untamed, unthinking, unrelenting. When evil befalls a man, is it because he deserved it? Is he being punished? The book of Job examines this seemingly biblical contradiction. God rewards the just and punishes the evil, and yet those who do evil seem to prosper in this fallen world. Cain killed Abel. Job, a righteous man, suffered, and the goose is on the loose. Why do bad things happen to good people? 1 John 5:19 says, the whole world lies in the power of the evil one. But who is the evil one? When looking at the maddened chanting of the Red Guards in Mao's Cultural Revolution or Nazi rallies, you can tell these aren't individual people choosing to do evil, but a group possessed by a spirit. The zeitgeist, as our 19th century German philosopher friends would call it. Attempts have been made by man to understand the nature of evil. King James, of the King James Bible fame, wrote Demonology, a series of books cataloging different demonic entities, their abilities, how they interact with man, and how to fight them. Sadly, no mention of geese. But the actual biblical text is far less clear. Several names are given to demonic entities, but sometimes those names are used interchangeably. So it lacks the pristine, clear-cut categorization of later Germans and English. And maybe that's by design. Maybe the evil one is not meant to represent a single specific being, as much as the demons of the Bible are meant to reveal the negative characteristics of man himself. The devil fell through envy. He saw the glorious golden future ringing out that was mankind's, but denied to the angels. When we act with jealousy, we act as the devil did. The Satan is the accuser, who tormented Job, the one who always looks for fault in others, never seeing their gold, eager to condemn. Mastema was a spirit of a dead giant, a parasite that leached off others. Azazel, a force of seduction and hidden knowledge, gained at the expense of morality and used to dominate others. Belial, the man of lawlessness. Chaos, a lack of discipline and self-control, or any control. Everything I just described is embodied by I guess everything I just described is communism. But it's also the goose. Of course, the goose isn't real. It's merely a projection, a personification, or goosification of our own evil. It is, after all, we who control his actions. We are the agent of chaos in this world and our own. St. Paul says we're not at war with the flesh and blood, our fellow humans, but the powers and principalities, the demonic entities who have enslaved humanity. It's basically the Matrix. The point is to love people and fight against the forces of darkness behind things that sometimes motivate us when we give in to envy, fear, and hatred. When we rail against the triple-vaxxed sheeple, we relish in the secret knowledge of Azazel. The Satan is always accusing and finding bad in others. We are in a war against the goose inside all of us. And yet, deep down, I feel that I am justified in visiting my wrath upon the town of Untitled Goose Game. I don't know what they did to deserve punishment, but as they say, spoil the child if you spare the rod. Thank you for watching Deep Thoughts While Gaming. And remember, don't kill the goose that laid the golden age. Study its biology and clone more. Like Deep Thoughts While Gaming? Support more episodes on patreon.com/gamersunbeaten. Or hit that join button to become a channel member. You'll unlock exclusive emojis, live streams, videos, a Discord server, and a mother goose to tell you creepy fairy tales. And if you want more animal-related Deep Thoughts While Gaming, click here for this video about Squirrel with a Gun and why you shouldn't let the government take yours.